All right, guys, so today I'm going to talk to you guys about how BMW's Driver Assist Pro works on the BMW i7. So we first got to look at the settings, right? So we go into driver settings here, driver assistance, and this is pretty much your menu, right? Got up close to it so you guys can see that. And when it comes to driving, we want to make sure that under assisted driving, we have automatic lane change and then assisted driving plus. That'll make sure we get what we're expecting from the system, which is what I'm going to be demonstrating today, as far as keeping a safe distance in front of you, as well as helping you change lanes. So we'll demonstrate all of that, right? So you want to make sure those are on here. And once that's enabled, you are pretty much going to be looking at the left side of the steering wheel right here, as well as the lights that are up here. These are like your indicator lights, and then these are your controls. So your toggle for speed is up here, your set, your mode specifically toggles between whether you want full driver assist or not is right there, and then your on-off button is right there. Pretty simple, not like the other vehicles that have this system. This is a lot simpler, and with the augmented reality system, I'll overlay some clips. It actually tracks cars, shows you where your lane is, and then when you're changing lanes, it gives you some context to that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook you guys up to the car itself, so you guys have a nice overview of everything as we go through it and experience it all. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so now that we're getting onto the freeway here, I'm driving myself. The system is not engaged, it's not on, and we're just going to merge into traffic here, and then hopefully you guys can get a good view, at least some of you, of this augmented reality setup. I will overlay some clips to show you guys kind of what I'm looking at, but I do want to give you guys a full experience of kind of an overview of what I'm interfacing with as far as the road, the steering wheel, and just my feedback on the system as I experience it live, because I've tested it in city and some highway, but this is going to be a nice, good experience to be trying everything in one drive. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn off the system right here. It says assisted driving activated. My hands are on the wheel because there is a steering wheel column and a speed column that is grayed out. You give it some time for it to initiate, and once it's green, that means both systems are active, meaning it'll keep a cruise control, adaptive cruise control, and it'll also keep you in your lane. My hand's been off the wheel for some time, so it lit up there, so my hands need to be on the wheel. But if I let off, it is keeping my lane, making some minor adjustments here. And so I have different modes. I have Assist Plus, which we'll get into now, and that is so use only on physical divided highways, so it is only intended for highways. You can use the regular assist in cities, city streets, and it'll just be like an adaptive cruise control, like a traffic assist. But in this situation, we're going to close out of that message, and now we're using the Assist Plus. So it's green here, showing that it is engaged. If I want to change lanes, I'm going to indicate that I want to change lanes. It'll tell me on the screen it's doing that, and it'll do it. And it was actually very fast. And that was very smooth. I like that a lot. Very good confidence behind the wheel. And my hands are not touching the wheel in this situation. So in the regular mode, they expect you to touch the steering wheel because you are in control. In this one, they're using cameras that are right here to indicate that I am paying attention. So that's really cool. So this will also be able to tell if the driver is distracted or not. And if you can see right here, if I put my camera in front of this camera right here, it'll say I cannot see my eyes. So there is active monitoring of that. But just to give you guys an idea right here, that's kind of what I'm looking at. You can see the crosshairs and how far in advance it is compared to what I feel like I would even be looking at from a freeway, just observation standpoint. Very far ahead, which is cool. I'll do a lane change for you guys real quick. Slows down, gets behind this car in front of me here, and then we're going to change lanes back. Look at that animation. Goes into the lane, puts the targets on it, and finishes up. So yeah, and my expectations going into this was that I need to have my hands on the wheel, and compared to like a Super Cruise or a Tesla Autopilot, let's change back here. And I liked Autopilot. It wasn't going to be too hands off, but this one is. And the one thing I like a lot is during the augmented reality gauge cluster display mode, it shows you the vehicle it's tracking when it goes to change lanes. So if I request a lane change, it'll say, hey, look, that's the car in front of you in that next lane, and we're gonna make sure you stay behind that and keep a safe distance. With these systems, the biggest thing is feedback to the driver. And even though they're not in control 100%, well, they are being driven in this mode. I don't even know how to describe it properly. Feedback on how the system's working and how active it is or proactive is key. So you see that in Super Cruise, it'll give you like prompts on where it is in the whole entire changing lane process or all that stuff. This one's doing that as well. Nice green lane on the augmented reality setup, and then a little square like kind of crosshair on the car that I am following, you know, and it is keeping my lane. It is, it's doing really good. I'm very impressed. So if you didn't want this system active, you can go and resort to regular driver assist or regular cruise control, and it has those modes. This mode is by far, I think, the most advanced and is worth taking advantage of if you have it equipped on your car. Let's try another lane change here. And I'm not even doing the full toggle. I'm doing the temporary toggle. And man, it's a turn and it was changing lanes there. So I really felt like I was turning pretty aggressively, but it goes for it. It doesn't hesitate. It's confident, it seems like, in itself, which is good, I guess. But the big thing is, as a driver, you need to make sure you're used to the system, and I would recommend going on familiar roads and testing it out before trying it out for the first time. So if you watch this video, either you're going to try it out or you're curious as to what it's like after having failed it yourself. So, man, this is very effortless. And then it even tells you, look at that white car all the way down there. You probably can't see it on camera. It had crosshairs on that. So it just shows how far out this thing is detecting cars. That's awesome. And I like the fact that there isn't like, oh, you can change your speed, or sorry, your distance. You just control your speed. So after having done that segment, let's talk about how this compares to Super Cruise. Super Cruise will overtake for you. This one won't. So when you select turn the system on in Super Cruise, you select the lane and you select the speed, and it'll basically go over car in front of cars, swerve around, not swerve, but like it'll overtake them if it deems that it's safe and possible, right? This one won't. This one you can tell it to change lanes, but it will just keep in your lane and keep you in the car in front of you, which I don't think is that smart. So that is a drawback to this system. Get up to speed here. We're going to turn it on here. Active driving, assisted driving active. And if we go into mode here, assist plus, take some time. So it needs to be available for you. And it only has been showing available to me on the undivided highways. So it's not going to be available to you on city streets. So just keep that in mind. You cannot activate this. You can activate the driver assist, which will still, help you stay in your lane. It'll help keep a safe distance in front of you, stop and go traffic. And that's nice that you have that option. Super Cruise does not have that. It's either all or nothing. And when it's on, it does a lot more than this. So I feel like both great systems in their own right. Which one would I take? I would probably take Super Cruise, just because this one, I feel like if you're going to use in the city, there's a lot of situations where you can get mixed signals because there's all the variables that are around you in a city, and I wouldn't trust it. I've tested it out. I haven't had any issues with it that are significant, at least. But I feel like there is opportunity for things to go wrong. We'll have it change lanes. Why do I have to do that? But I like this one a lot. If you don't care about it overtaking for you, this is a very competent, very good system. And you don't have to have your hands on the wheel like I am right now. How does it compare to Tesla's autopilot? I think it delivers on what it's saying it's going to do. Nothing more, nothing less for the highway, for the Assist Plus system, which I like. There's some room for improvement, I think, with this system. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comment section. I've tested this out. I've tested the Park Assist feature for this, having it back out of spots for you and all that stuff. So let me know. Spent a good amount of time behind this system, so try my best to answer them. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.